Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Team Bad Wolf's Robo Rail. As you can see, the main menu has changed even from the last one. It's just a blank black background now, but it tells you what sprint they're in, what Unreal Engine they are using, and you can see that things have changed up as well. So, options, let's see here. This still looks the same, but you can't really hear any of the sound effects on that. Credits, here's your whole team, and you can see this much better now. Same thing as build 3, you know, as far as the look of it, other than the background change, so you can actually read this much better. I like how smooth these transition things are. Like even it has a load game thing there. Alright, so let's go to the test level and give it a run. Oh wow, this is much different than before. Okay, so you got enemy test room, interactables, enemy turret test room, grouped actors. Wow, okay, this is much different than I remember the test level from before. Does it still E to interact? Let's see here. Options. If I wanted to use gamepad, I could do that. That's pretty cool. Okay. So how do I interact though? Doesn't really tell me that. So yeah, it'd be hard for me to pick up items without knowing exactly what I'm doing, and I do not have a way to see that at all. Okay, so I had to wait for the word to pop up, and then E to interact. Okay. Overweight. Oh. Oh. There's a certain amount of weight that I can carry. Interesting. Okay. Huh. That is very interesting. I never would have thought about, you know, being overweight. I hope that train goes a lot slower if that's the case. And this is a little bit weird. How come I can only get 6 wood and be overweight, but meanwhile I can get all these stones and not be overweight at all? And I'm glad to see it's not limited to 10 anymore, so I guess there's that as well. Okay. And it makes it a lot easier to pick up because of the way you can look at them, you know, and collect them rather than actually going over the top of each one to press E. So that's interesting. Okay. Again, I find that very intriguing that that you can become overweight a lot easier with wood, and meanwhile the other one not so much. And even for the scrap, you know, definitely overweight pretty quick. Okay. Alright, so there's going to be a couple of suggestions I'll have once I get wrapped up here, because so far I do like the way everything is working here. It even shows an image there of each one, so you know exactly how much of each thing you got, which is very helpful as well. But there's a couple things in the UI you got to make sure that you have the things where you can have the things. Oh right, like telling you of different various things, because controls people are gonna want to know when they play, because otherwise they're gonna just figure it out for themselves. Some people don't even look at it, but when it comes to menus and stuff, if people read those over, they click on all your buttons, then they'll know exactly what they're getting versus getting into the game and then they don't even have a way to tell, like, what's the button to interact with stuff, right? That should be just a given. Okay, so it looks like we're probably pretty close now. Let's see. What do we got left? We got 2 more sets of 20 to get. Left click. Whoa, whoa. That's pretty cool. They even have a mining thing. I'm sure that one took forever to implement. Wow. What is that, like a laser gun of some kind? That's pretty cool. I'm sure there'd be a lot of people wanting to know how you did that. Whoever made that one. Alright, so... Oh, you've been shut down. Alright, well, I mean, we got an idea now, though. So let's go ahead and head to the main game now. Go to the level play. And let's see if we can actually pick up any of this stuff. Now that the things have been updated, maybe some of the things in the level have too. Other than just starting by pulling the lever, right? Okay, I don't see anything new just in the map here, so I guess we'll just start the level. Okay. And I'm glad to see that all these other boxes are gone now, so there's that. It makes it easier when it's all in one box. Whoever fixed that, amazing job. And so I have another question. What does the charge do? Because the health, I would think, would go with the... things up when before playing in the earlier build and build 2 I didn't have a problem picking up anything, so I don't know if that's something that you got to look at, but so far though I do love this right here, as having just one instead of 4 different ones to interact with makes it so much easier. And then you just interact with it, and then you're not doing a give or take, you're just giving to it. And you can also implement something with a take later if you need to. So it looks like some of these have been implemented, but not everything, from what I can tell. So, we tried it a couple times, had a little bit of a struggle in the main game, but the test level is doing amazing stuff. So, what I was pointing out earlier, and so that I said I was going to talk about. So, first you got to load game, start game. So the load game is that, like, if you beat a level that you can continue, and then if so, make sure you, like, when you go to start game, having these labeled per level or whatever, like, show some that are locked out, so that way you know what you can open, instead of just having these 2 levels because they're already open. Then they're gonna wonder, what am I loading or whatever, right? Or continuing from. The next thing is on the options. You have the thing for the sound effects, and the meter works just fine, as you can see, but it doesn't show a sound effect noise. It doesn't show how that would go in the game. In the in-game options, you can also mess with that, but without a sound to test that, you would never know. As well, main menu music, pause menu music. Let's see. Your credits is good. Oh right, you need a control screen. So if you want to go on options here, either add it under here what your controls are, or even add a separate button that would take you to another screen telling you kind of what other things you have available. Because the more detail you have in here, the more that people will know about your game and what you're able to do. And without a controls, people just got to figure it out on their own, so that's an important one. And then I told you about the levels. I do like that when you hit start game that it has the level selection come up right away, so that's really neat. And then of course in that main level, having a little bit of easier time picking up stuff, because in the build 2, if you reflect back on that one, if you need the video, let me know. But back in build 2, I had no problem picking up things, and in this one, I seem to have a struggle picking up things, like not in the test map, but in the main map. The things wouldn't pop up, and I did mention that in the test map, that I had to wait for the text to pop up to be able to interact with them. So I think that might be a thing of maybe like a collision box or something that's over your items that maybe you can make an adjustment there to make it easier for the player to pick up items and stuff. I didn't get far enough to see whether the train moves quicker, so let me go ahead and test that while I'm still in here. I do want to see if the train moves faster. It seems like it does, but I was too focused on other things, so I wouldn't be able to tell you until I actually look. And again, the charge, you can also put that in your main menu, say kind of what the charge does, because I have no idea what that does right now. The train does move kind of fast, it seems like. I mean, I understand it's about picking up parts and staying up with the train and whatnot, but maybe it was just where I was at. Because, again, having trouble because I can't interact. Okay, maybe a little bit. But that train's getting too far ahead of me if I'm going to be messing with trying to pick up these items. And that's the main goal, is to pick up these items and store them or whatever I'm going to do. So, make it where the player, you see that, yeah, that's the problem right there, is it says connection failure imminent when you barely fall behind, and that's definitely an issue. I was not having that issue in build 2, so that's definitely something that you need to look at. And I'm overweight, so I can't even, that's another thing. Looks like trying to play catch up with the train once I get overweight, so I gotta be, I guess, careful with how much I'm carrying at once. Otherwise, this is happening, the train's going much faster than me, I can't catch up to it. There we go. Alright. And I'm trying. And then another question that I have while I'm thinking about it is, what is the requirement to win the level? Right? It seems like there's no requirement. What do I just put on minimum amount of stuff on the train and hope that that's good enough? A goal for the player would be great. Get up there. A goal for the player would be great. But obviously, I don't think 3 wood and 9 scrap is going to be enough, but it may or may not. So, no, it's not. But the idea though, the train is going a little bit fast, and then as well, it's a little bit hard to interact with stuff. So, and one more thing I want to try out, going back to the test level, I did see the thing for the enemy turret and the enemy test room that I didn't check out. So let me check those out real quick. Oh, okay, I get it. The laser is part of your charge, huh? Okay. Okay. So I think that might be a way to, like, say, blast the enemies away from the train, I guess. Okay. So so yeah, that's an interesting one. And then what does this do? Let's see, grouped actors. I don't know what this is supposed to do. But again, same thing. You know that I was having the problem with in the regular game is even whenever I'm looking down at the item, I can't pick it up. I can come over here and I can look down and I can see it says stone, and then I can either interact. But if I do it right here, it doesn't work. I have to wait till the word is there, and then E to interact. So make that a little bit more, um, a little bit more impressionable for the player, because that can be difficult. That you trying to make it where they have to be exactly on the dot there to interact. I mean, I know that that's the goal, of course, but yeah. Okay. So we got the interactables and stuff like that. It's been shut down somehow, but um, this is the most thorough playtest that I've given y'all. So I hope this has been constructive feedback for y'all, and I hope that you find it useful. And look forward to seeing more of your game, especially with that laser gun or whatever that you have. It's pretty neat. So we'll see y'all in the next one, and stay tuned.